Peace, brothers and sisters in humanity. Another video with another hadith, from Abu Huraira. Okay, when you hear that Abu Huraira, you expect the unexpected. Honestly, when you hear a word Abu Huraira, this name, right, just expect anything. All right, it's such a good storyteller, but for kids when you're trying to scare them and that, but not for adults. So now. Oh, the music again, the voice. Listen, yeah? Okay, let's turn it up so you can you can hear me, yeah?
I would like to talk to you all about the grandest and the greatest ayah in the Noble Quran. Our Maker, the Almighty, He states in Surah Al-Baqarah, أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم.
So apparently to this guy, there's a Quran better than others. Some verses of the Quran better than others. I say the greatest ayah and all that, yeah. Okay, just keep reading. I seek refuge in Allah from shaitan.
الله لا إله إلا هو الحي القيوم لا تأخذه سنة ولا نوم له ما في السماوات وما في الأرض من ذا الذي يشفع عنده إلا بإذنه يعلم ما بين أيديهم وما خلفهم ولا يحيطون بشيء من علمه إلا بما شاء وسع كرسيه السماوات والأرض ولا يؤوده حفظهما وهو العلي العظيم.
Okay, I advise you to read this verse. Read it, see what he's talking about, okay? Now, he brought this verse, okay? He's included in his video, that has absolutely nothing to do with anything, whatever he's going to talk about. All right, but let's carry on.
What a powerful ayah. And you know, interestingly, there is an authentic narration that has been reported to us, and this particular narration has been reported by Abu Huraira radiallahu anhu.
Okay, I didn't say it. They're actually saying it. It's authentic, yeah? It's authentic hadith. I'm supposed to be following this hadith, right? To become a Muslim. All right, let's see. Well, what I'm saying is, all right, just carry on.
The narration goes along the lines of these words, that once some wealth had come in that needed to be distributed in charity, and the Prophet ﷺ, he puts Abu Huraira radiallahu anhu in charge of this wealth. Now what happened?
Oh, now he's trying to say that Abu Huraira, the starving Abu Huraira, now he's got promoted. He looks after the Beit al-Mal, or Beit al-Mal, he's called it like. It's like whatever food. It's like a storeroom, innit? Food, whatever, yeah. But it's big, obviously, so.
Falls, Abu Hurairah radiallahu anhu is in charge of this wealth. There must have been a lot of things. He was looking after these things. And then suddenly he notices a man pilfering away from the wealth. He runs up to him and he catches him and he tells him, I am going to produce you in front of the Prophet ﷺ because you are stealing. Now the man, he starts, giving out all kinds of...
All right, now, don't forget, yeah? This guy is actually working for the Prophet. Yeah, he looks after the food, whatever there is in there. So this stock room, he looks after it. So this guy apparently came and stole. He caught him. I don't know where he was. He left the door open or something. But this guy managed to get in and stole some food. So he caught him. Okay, when you catch him, you're supposed to take him to the Prophet. Yeah, and obviously this the Sunnis and the Shia believes that a thief, you cut his hand, which is like not in the Quran, yeah? But he's supposed to take him to cut his hands, okay? All right? But he didn't.
stories. He puts up a big drama, saying, you know, I'm so poor, I have kids to feed, and it's dire poverty that drove me to do this. Please, let me go. I will not do this again. So Abu Huraira radiallahu anhu was a soft-hearted individual. He feels sorry for the man and he lets him go.
Okay. Now, Abu Huraira felt sorry for the guy, right? And then he let him go because the guy cried wolf on him, yeah? So, Abu Huraira now is actually not obeying the Prophet, isn't it? It's not obeying Allah or the Prophet because he's supposed to take him to the Prophet. That's not his stuff, right? That's not his food. That's not his whatever. So he shouldn't just let him go, right? Although the guy said he was poor, well, take him to the Prophet. You know what I mean? That's how you obey the Prophet.
Comes. Abu Huraira radiallahu anhu, he meets the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he asks him, Ya Abu Huraira, what happened to your prisoner last night? Now, Abu Huraira radiallahu anhu was baffled. How did the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam know about this encounter? Now, obviously, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala had informed the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam about this encounter. And then
these people really think that Allah and the Prophet Muhammad they have mobile phones. Do you really think that that's how what the revelation came down? It's like everything something happens, Allah will tell Muhammad. It's like they're in contact with mobile phones or something. I don't know what they think, but obviously the Prophet Muhammad knows everything, yeah, because Allah tells him everything.
He mentions the entire story to the Prophet ﷺ. Rasulullah then tells him, Ya Abu Huraira, he's going to come tonight as well. Subhanallah. Now Abu Huraira is intrigued.
That the words they add, like Subhanallah and all these, the music at the background, it's all a trick. It's all a trick to brainwash you, to actually get you, because they know most of us love our deen and love the Prophet and love, you know what I'm saying? So they're playing with our emotions, all right? And that's why we believe anything they say, because the way they put it through, the words they use as well. Subhanallah and all this ayah and all that. Like, just carry on.
And not only that, he's extremely alert. Night falls, he catches the man again. And this time he tells him, you know what, I'm producing you the Prophet ﷺ.
So he waited for him to steal, alright? So he must have left the door open. It's like I don't know, it's like he set a trap for him. Instead of locking the door or be there so no one can steal anything, for some reason people just come into this room and take things, and Abu Huraira is supposed to be in charge. You understand what I'm saying? This is not something small, you know what I mean? So he's, I don't know, he's setting traps to people. Because the Prophet told him he's coming back, okay? The Prophet knows this guy's coming back. I don't know how, but that's what they say in the Hadith.
Once again, the man starts, all his pitiful stories. He says, he weeps, he laments, and he tells him, please let me go, please let me go. Until finally, Abu Huraira radiallahu anhu feels sorry for the man and he lets him go.
Okay.
Morning comes.
That's the second time he disobeyed the Prophet, all right? And when you think about it, just think about it a little bit, yeah? Why didn't that guy just ask for food? That food is there for poor people. People that might have food, you understand? Why is he stealing when he can get it? You know what I'm saying? Because he would go to the Prophet, my Prophet, that's what the thing is there. That's why the stock is there, to give it to poor people. You're thinking, why is this guy stealing it when he can just have it, right? And Abu Huraira disobeyed the Prophet again by letting him go. Okay.
Asks him the same question again. Ya Abu Huraira, what happened to your prisoner last night? And then Abu Huraira radiallahu anhu,
You see what he said? What happened to your prisoner last night? So even a prophet doesn't obey Allah as well. Okay? Even a prophet, he knows about it, and he knows he's letting him go left and right. The guy come in and take whatever he wants, and then he just have to cry wolves, and then he can let him go. So the prophet is not obeying Allah, and Abu Huraira is not obeying Allah or the prophet.
Whatever happened the night before. And then the Prophet ﷺ tells him, Ya Abu Huraira, he will come tonight as well. Now the third night, Abu Huraira radiallahu anhu is determined, come what may, I'm not letting this man go. He catches the man, he tells him, Ya Rajul, I'm not letting you go.
He caught him stealing for the third day in the trot, you know what I mean? The third day he caught him stealing, alright? So, it's just a joke, honestly. This is a joke. No, but that's not all. This is nothing. This is nothing, mate. There's a joke is coming.
In front of the Prophet ﷺ, whatever you say. Now the man, he knows that Abu Huraira radiallahu anhu is determined not to let him go. So he tells him, Ya Abu Huraira, what if I were to teach you something worthwhile? Will you let me go? Now Abu Huraira radiallahu anhu was anyway a very keen student of knowledge, was intrigued. This piqued his curiosity. What is this man at this juncture going to teach me? He tells him, okay, fine, if it's worthwhile. And then the man teaches him, if you read Ayatul Kursi before you go to bed at night, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala appoints a protector over you, and no devil, no shaitan can get close to you.
So the guy, instead of taking him to the Prophet, he said, teach me, I'll teach you something and let me go. So now Abu Huraira here is just, he's the boss now. He deals with whatever. He just let people go, give them food. So this is a joke, right? Okay, this is a joke. So this guy told him, I'm going to show you a verse that the Satan or the devil will never come close to you ever again if you read this verse, okay?
Now Abu Hurairah, he lets the man go. Next day morning, he informs the Prophet ﷺ about this entire ordeal, this entire encounter. And you know what the Prophet ﷺ says? He says, Ya Abu Hurairah, that man is generally a liar. He's generally a liar. He never speaks the truth. But this time, he has spoken the truth. And then he goes on to inform him that he was none other than Shaitan himself. Allahu Akbar.
Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. So, the Prophet knows that guy is a liar. And he told Abu Hurairah is a liar, okay? So, instead of catching him and taking him whatever, or if he was poor, we'll just give him food that he doesn't have to steal, okay? No. So, basically, the Prophet Muhammad told him that's the devil. That's the devil he came to yesterday, and he was right about that verse. So, Abu Hurairah, with all his knowledge, and he was living with the Prophet when the Quran was coming down, and we're supposed to hear everything he says, and then most of the hadiths are from him. The shaitan, which is the devil, knows better than him. I mean, even the Prophet didn't tell him that. So the Prophet is not telling people what the devil is telling them. You understand? The Prophet is hiding that from people because obviously Abu Hurairah didn't know. So the Prophet didn't tell him. So he learned that from the devil. Okay? And the devil, if you heard, the devil, what he told him, I'll show you something. I'll show you a verse that if you say it, the verse stay away from you. All the devils stay away from you. How the hell is this possible? So a devil teaches Abu Hurairah, the one who's going to heaven, apparently because God is satisfied with him, so he's going to heaven. So the devil knows things that even Abu Hurairah, this guy, this scientist or whatever you can call him, I don't know what you call him, man, because there isn't a name for them except bullshitters. You know what I'm saying? Except liars and demons. That's what they are. It's so confusing. So the devil is teaching him a verse to keep the devil away. Look at these contradictions, though. Look at these contradictions. The devil now teaches the Quran to Abu Hurairah, man. Abu Hurairah, they actually killed us with him, with this Abu Hurairah. If you talk about Abu Hurairah, about anything, all right? You disbeliever, you a kafir, all right? But now, the devil is teaching him what he doesn't know, okay? And the devil actually can recite the Quran to keep himself away from people. I don't get it. I really don't get it. I really don't get that. Please explain it. All right, you Sunnis and Shias, explain it, please. Explain it how a devil can teach a human being the Quran, and then how a human being can see the devil, right? Where did you get that from? That a devil goes inside a human being, or comes as the shape of a human being, and talks to people. Right? Where did you get that from? Okay? Because we're going to go back to the Quran and see all this rubbish, this crap. I call it crap because it is crap, man.
Shaitan in the guise of a human being. And it was from the will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that he should teach such a powerful thing. And now see.
And now, through the will, right? He said through the will of Allah ta'ala. That means Allah sent a devil to teach Abu Hurairah a verse to keep the devil away. And the Prophet knew about it. But the Prophet never taught Abu Hurairah that verse. Are you sane, honestly? If you're sane and you believe in this crap, then if you believe in this crap, you're crazy. You're just as crazy as these people. You understand that? And it's nothing to do with Islam at all. Nothing to do with the Prophet, nothing to do with anything. This is just a devil's work.
Not believing the words of Shaitan here. The Prophet ﷺ acknowledges what Shaitan said. Therefore, it is true. And it is a powerful form of protection. You read Ayatul Kursi before going to sleep, Allah appoints a protector over you, and no devil, no shaitan can think of even getting close to you. Allahu Akbar. Such a powerful ayah. After every single prayer, make it part of your adhkar.
Okay, now he's going through, you have to make it, and you have to do this, and you have to pray with it to protect you and all that. So, now, right, if you're with me, you know. This guy, Abu Huraira, is a liar. It's a made up personality, I think. Well, most of them are made up personalities because when you look at history, they don't exist. They only exist in our books. But apart from that, they don't exist. Okay? You don't find anything about Omar, Abu Bakr, Ali, Abu Huraira, or the Bukharis and all that. You don't find them anywhere else except our books. Okay? Except, like the books that come with Dawla Abbasis, right? All these books started what the Abbasid, whatever you call them, were in charge of the Muslims, all right? Okay, now let's go to the Quran and see what the Quran is saying. Now we go to the Quran, okay? And we stay away from this fiction. We go to the Quran and we read the Quran and see if we can actually see them. First of all, okay, there isn't anywhere in the Quran that a devil takes a human form. Okay? There isn't. The angels do. Angels do. It's in the Quran. When they went to Abraham or to Lot, they actually showed as a human figure. And they weren't a perfect figure, as Abraham found out. So let's read the verses. Let's see if we can see them, okay? Chapter 17, verse 88. Okay? قل, as Allah telling the Prophet to say, okay? قل إن اجتمعت الإنس والجن على أن يؤتوا بمثل هذا القرآن لا يأتون بمثله ولو كان بعضهم لبعض ظاهرا. Okay. Now, we go to English. Say, if all the humans and all the jinns banded together in order to produce a Quran like this, they can never produce anything like it, even if they can see each other. Okay? Zahira, it's a word that shows. You can show. I mean, you can see each other. That's what Zahir. Something you can see. You see? There's other explanations in the root word, but in here, he said Zahira, because they're already helping each other out. If they can help each other out, obviously. They have to see each other to help each other out. That's never going to happen. Okay? Now, we go to chapter 7, verse 27. Okay? This is Allah talking about the devil. Okay? إِنَّهُ يَرَاكُمْ هُوَ وَقَبِيلُهُ مِنْ حَيْثُ لَا تَرَوْنَهُمْ إِنَّا جَعَلْنَا الشَّيَاطِينَ أَوْلِيَاءَ لِلَّذِينَ لَا يُؤْمِنُونَ. Him and his tribe see you while you do not see them. We appoint the devils as companions of those who do not believe. Okay, that's another verse we can't see. Now, let's find out if the Prophet can see the jinns, right? Jinns, okay, this is the jinns, not the devil. The jinns altogether, because some of them are believers, some of them are not, just like us. And that's what Allah created them, to worship Him. The same way as we do, freely, worship Him freely. And obviously they have to know the Quran. So God sent them to listen to the Quran. And this is the verse, okay? Chapter 72, verse 1. Surah Al-Jinn. And read that verse. Read the whole verse. Slowly read it. So you understand that there is no way we can see them. There is no way they can come as human beings. In the Quran, there's no way, okay? No way. No way. This is all in the Hadith and Abu Huraira. قُلْ أُوحِيَ إِلَيَّ. And this is Allah is telling the Prophet Muhammad to say, قُلْ أُوحِيَ إِلَيَّ أَنَّهُ اسْتَمَعَ نَفَرٌ مِنَ الْجِنِّ فَقَالُوا إِنَّا سَمَعْنَا قُرْآنًا عَجَبًا. This is half the verse, because the rest of it, you can read it. I'm not taking it out of context. This is what we need here, yeah? So, Allah told the Prophet to say to us, all right? It was inspired that a group of jinns listened, then said, we have heard a wonderful Quran. Okay? يهدي إلى الرشد فآمنا به ولن نشرك بربنا أحدا. It guides to righteousness, and we have believed in it. We will never set up any idols besides our Lord. Alright. So, this is a group of jinns, okay, came to listen to the Quran where the Prophet was reciting, okay? And the Prophet didn't see them. He only knew about them. This is a group, not one, a group, alright? The only way I heard about it is from Allah, when he actually inspired revelation, through revelation, that he actually Allah told him that a group of jinn came to listen to the Quran. Okay, he didn't know, he can't see them. A group of them, he couldn't see them, so he was basically inspired by Allah what happened, basically, because he didn't know, he couldn't see them. Okay, so now Abu Huraira is saying that a devil came in as a human being. It kept stealing from him for 3 days, and he was supposed to be in charge. Allah. If Abu Huraira was a real personality and he was a Muslim, he would not. If he caught him the first time, he would take him to the Prophet. This is it. This is what the Sunnis say. Ati'u Allah wa ati'u Rasul. Alright. This is when they feel like it. Even then the Shia is the same, alright? All the same, alright? People that have other books, apart from the Quran, they're all the same. They're all the same. So, Abu Hurairah doesn't even listen to the Prophet, because he left him in charge, and then he didn't do his job. So he didn't really listen to the Prophet. And he didn't listen to God, because he knows there's a punishment for thieving, okay? I'm not saying to cut his hand. In the Quran, there's no hands cutting, alright? But according to the Sunnis and the Shia, they chop hands, okay? They chop hands to a thief. So Abu Huraira didn't listen to God, didn't listen to the Prophet. He acted like he owns everything, and he's letting people go just because they tell him they actually poor. He could have told to the man, come to me next time, all right? Come to me tomorrow, I'll give you the food, you don't have to steal it. But no, he was actually setting traps for him, because the Prophet told him he's coming back. And the Prophet, I don't know how the Prophet knew he's coming back, unless he's got like an email going left and right with him and God, okay? So the Quran, it's not in the Quran what he told him, so that's another, I don't know, man. So this is all confusing. After 3 days, the devil, we're supposed to read a verse for him to stay away from us, is actually teaching us the verse for him to go away. I don't get it. I really don't get it. I don't get all this story. I don't get the confusion in it. And then when I go to the Quran, we can't see him. We can't see them. They can see us, but we can't see them. That's what Allah is telling me. He made the jinn. He actually created the jinns, and he's telling me they can't see you. Even the Prophet couldn't see them. It was inspired to him that they came to listen to the Quran. And then these jinns, right? When they listen to the Quran, right? Do they listen to the Sunnah as well, to the Hadith? Do the jinn have Abu Huraira, or have Bukhari, or have, I don't know, do they? Do they have it? Or the jinns have, they couldn't understand it? Did the jinns say they couldn't understand what he was reading? No, they knew exactly. They knew exactly what's going on. So do they have shuyukh? Do they have ummah? Do they have all these things you're telling us that we need to know to find out what Allah is? 16 million thousand books, 600,000 hadiths, okay? For me to understand the Quran. I can understand the Quran, I'm reading it to you, and it's very clear, right? But when you go to the explanation, take the same verse, right? And go to their websites, the way they explain it, by using the hadith, they turn it upside down, they change the meaning of it altogether. So, alright, I'm giving you here, right? I'm telling you, right? You believe in your genes, and he goes inside the human being, and the genes is actually bad for you. He's going to cause you to cause accidents or make you poor and all that. It's against the Quran, because the Quran said he whispers in your ear and you listen to him. Whisper. He only whispers. He's got no charge on human beings at all. He just whispers, and you listen to him and you practice what he whispers to you. That's all in the Quran. That's all, right? Even I'm coming back to that because there's too many things. I can be here forever, as I said. It's all crap on top of crap. And people come accuse me of being a kafir because I believe in the Quran. Because I believe in the Quran only, I'm a kafir now. I'm a kafir for believing God's words, you see what I'm saying? And the Muslims because they believe human words. See the contradiction and all that, it's just unbelievable. Just don't listen to them. There's no shuyukh, there's no ulama in Islam, man. There's no one you need to go to. You read the Quran and you worship Allah directly, okay? So how does this jinn learn how to pray? And how does this jinn learn how to do zakat? How does this jinn learn how to do all the things you're doing at the moment? Or you telling us that a prophet said it? I'm saying the prophet never said anything. And I have got to prove, and I've got proofs from your own hadiths. Right? From your own hadiths that the prophet never said anything like this. Okay? I'm going to come back to that. Let me finish with Abu Huraira. This guy's got about 2,000 verses because he's got so many. I'm coming to all of them. Right? And then after that, I go to verses that you don't use. You hide. You hide from everyone else. Or if you use them, if someone said it to you, you always say, it's a weak hadith. Narration is weak. Narration is weak. So everything is good. Right? Narration is weak. Okay? Anything that is close to the Quran, narration is weak. Anything against the Quran, narration is strong. That's the devil's work, man. That's the devil's. Right? That's the devil's that was with Abu Huraira. That he's done all this. He's done them. He's written all them books, honestly. And you actually defending them and you go crazy when someone say Bukhari. You can actually, I don't know, say anything to do about the Quran, but you can't say things about Bukhari and Muslim because that's what you believe in. That's what you follow. That's what you follow, and that's the shirk. That's you having idols, mate. I don't care how you put it, but idols, and the Quran is not complete. Quran is not complete, and you have idols. Can't help you. Peace.